Level 1, the first time. You don't remember the exact date. Nobody does. It wasn't a ceremony. It wasn't a decision. It was a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night or some night that felt exactly like every other night that month. You were bored. You were curious. Someone at school mentioned a website and you typed it in to see what the fuss was about. The video loaded. You watched. Your heart beat faster. You closed the browser and sat in the silence of your room and felt something you didn't have a word for yet. You didn't know you had just opened a door. You didn't know the door doesn't close from this side. You were 14, maybe 15, maybe younger. It doesn't matter. What matters is that the first time cost you nothing. The video was free. The website asked for nothing. The only thing it took was a small piece of your attention that you weren't using anyway. That is how it starts, not with a trap, with a gift that asks nothing in return. Level 2, the routine, it becomes a thing you do, not every night, not at first. Maybe twice a week, maybe when you can't sleep, maybe when you are stressed about an exam or a fight with your parents or something, someone said to you in the hallway that you can't stop replaying. You open the laptop, you type the URL without thinking about it. Your fingers know the address better than your brain does. The videos are always new. The supply is endless. You never run out. That is the first thing nobody tells you. There is no bottom to this. Well, you can keep pulling the bucket up forever and it will never come up dry. You start to develop preferences, specific categories, specific scenarios. Things you didn't know existed 6 months ago are now bookmarked in a folder, hidden inside another folder. You don't think about this as a problem. It is just a thing you do, like brushing your teeth, like checking your phone. It slots into the empty spaces of your day, and the empty spaces are grateful to be filled. Level 3, the escalation. The old videos don't work the way they used to. You click on something that would have been enough 3 months ago and you feel nothing, or not nothing, something worse than nothing. Boredom. You close it and open another. You close that one too. You are chasing a feeling that keeps moving further away. The categories you started with now feel tame. You need something stronger. You need something that makes you feel the way the first videos made you feel back when all of this was new. You find it works for a while, then that stops working too. You don't notice the pattern yet. The pattern is this: every new threshold becomes the new normal. Every escalation becomes the baseline. You are not exploring. You are running on a treadmill that speeds up automatically, and you can't find the off switch. You tell yourself you are just curious. You tell yourself everyone does this. You believe both things because believing them is easier than asking the question you've started to avoid. Level 4, the hidden hours. It is no longer just a nighttime thing. It is a between things thing. You open the browser while waiting for a file to download at work. You take your phone into the bathroom and stay longer than you need to. You wake up in the middle of the night and reach for the screen before you are fully conscious of what you were doing. The sessions blur together. You lose track of how many videos you've watched in a single sitting. 10, 20, 40 tabs open at once. None of them satisfying. All of them necessary. You start calculating how much time you are spending. Then you stop calculating because the number makes you uncomfortable, and discomfort is the enemy of the habit. The habit needs you comfortable. The habit needs you to not ask questions. You oblige. You stop looking at clocks. You stop noticing the hours. You have become very good at not noticing things. Level 5, the real world fades. Something happens that you don't have language for. You are with a real person, someone you like, someone who likes you. The moment is right, the lights are low, and you feel nothing. Or you feel something, but it is muted, distant, like a song playing in another room. Your body doesn't respond the way it should. Your brain is somewhere else. It is reaching for images, for the specific scenarios you've trained it to need. The real person in front of you cannot compete with the algorithm. The algorithm has studied you for years. It knows exactly what you respond to. It has more data on your desire than any human being will ever have. You make an excuse. You say you are tired. You say you are stressed. You don't say the truth because the truth is too strange to say out loud. You have trained your brain to only respond to pixels. Pixels never say no. Pixels never have needs. Pixels are available at 3 a.m. without question. You are not in a relationship with a person anymore. You are in a relationship with a screen. The screen is faithful. The screen will never leave you. That is the problem. Level 6, the double life. You have become two people. The first person is the one everyone sees, the coworker who shows up on time, the friend who laughs at the right moments, the son or daughter who calls home on Sundays. The second person is the one who closes the door, who opens the incognito window, who has accounts on sites you would never admit to visiting, who has seen things you can't unsee. You carry this second person everywhere, to family dinners, to work meetings, to dates. The second person sits quietly in the back of your mind and waits. You have become skilled at compartmentalization. You can switch between these two selves in the time it takes to close a browser tab. But the wall between them is getting thinner. The second person is starting to leak into the first. You catch yourself thinking about things at inappropriate moments. Your attention drifts during conversations. You are physically present and mentally somewhere else. You nod along to words you didn't actually hear. People are starting to notice. They don't say anything. They just feel a distance they can't name. Level 7, the failed quit. You try to stop, something triggers it. Maybe you read an article about dopamine and its effects on the brain. Maybe a relationship ended and, deep in a place you don't like to look, that this thing played a role. Maybe you just got tired of feeling hollow. You make a resolution, you delete everything, the bookmarks, the accounts, the folders. You feel clean for 3 days. On day 4, you are crawling out of your skin. Your brain knows what it wants and it knows you are withholding it. The cravings are physical, restlessness, irritability, a low-grade anxiety that hums in the background of every thought. You tell yourself you'll just look at something mild, something harmless, something that doesn't count. You look, and within 2 hours, you're back at the same videos you swore you'd never watch again. The relapse is worse than the original habit because now you have added a new layer, shame. You didn't feel shame before. This was just something you did. Now it is something you failed to stop doing. The difference is everything. Shame doesn't make you stop. Shame makes you hide, and hiding makes the habit deeper. You try again a month later, same result. You try again 6 months later, same result. Each failed attempt convinces you a little more that you can't beat this. Each failure is a brick in a wall you are building around yourself. Level 8, the hollowing. You are functional. That is the word you use. Functional. You go to work, you pay your bills, you maintain the surface of a life, but something essential has been scooped out of you. You don't feel joy the way you used to. Small pleasures don't register. A sunset, a good meal, a conversation with a friend. These things used to mean something. Now they are just events that occur between sessions. Your emotional range has narrowed to a thin band between mild distraction and the brief, intense relief of the screen. Everything else is gray. You have read about dopamine desensitization. You understand the mechanism intellectually. Understanding doesn't help. You can't think your way out of a problem that is not in your thinking mind. It is in the older part of your brain, the part that doesn't respond to logic, the part that only responds to patterns. And your pattern is set. You are not living a life with a bad habit. You are living a bad habit with the remnants of a life attached to it. Level 9, the cost, the bill comes due. It always does. Maybe it is a partner who finally finds something on your phone and the look on their face is something you will carry for years. Maybe it is a job you lose because your performance has been slipping for months and the warnings ran out. Maybe it is a night you can't perform with someone you genuinely love and the silence that follows is the loudest sound you've ever heard. Maybe it is just a Tuesday afternoon when you sit in your apartment and look around and realize you have spent 8,000 hours of your life watching people on a screen do things that never happened in rooms that don't exist. 8,000 hours, that is a full year of 24-hour days, a year of your life gone. You can't get it back. You can't rewind and spend those hours learning a language or building a skill or being present with people who loved you when you were still capable of being loved back. The time is gone. The relationships you damaged or never formed are gone. The version of yourself that existed before the first click is gone. You are left with what remains, and what remains is less than you hoped. Level 10, the long quiet. You are older now. Years have passed. You have made some peace with the habit, not conquered it, not defeated it. You don't use words like that anymore. You have learned that some things are not defeated. They are managed daily, hourly, minute by minute. On the bad days, you still slip. You slip less often than you used to. But the pathways in your brain are permanent now. They don't disappear. They just grow over with disuse the way an abandoned road grows over with weeds. The road is still there. You can still walk it. Sometimes you do. The difference now is that, what lies at the end of that road, the hollow feeling, the gray hours, the shame that doesn't help, and the knowing helps a little, not a lot, a little. You have told a few people, a therapist, a close friend who didn't flinch when you said the words out loud. Speaking it robbed it of some of its power. Not all of it, some of it you are rebuilding slowly. The real world is coming back into focus. Colors are slightly brighter than they were. Conversations hold your attention a little longer. A touch from someone real feels a little more like a touch and a little less like a memory of one. You are not healed. You don't believe in healed. You believe in healing. The difference is that one is a destination and the other is a direction. You are walking in the right direction for the first time in years. Somewhere right now, a 14-year-old is closing a browser tab and sitting in the silence of his room and feeling something he doesn't have a word for yet. He doesn't know what he just opened. He doesn't know the door doesn't close from this side. He will figure it out. Everyone does. The cycle continues.